Have you ever felt like you're just an option, waiting in the wings while someone else takes the spotlight in your own life story? It's like showing up for a play where you thought you were the lead, only to realize you're barely in the background. You try your hardest, whether it's sparking interest in someone new, keeping a relationship from fizzling out, or flipping a rejection from an ex into a situation where they end up missing you. Despite your efforts, you end up feeling like you're just one of many choices, the person they call when better options don't pan out. Picture this. You're having dinner with a friend. You're excited to catch up, sharing stories and updates about your life. But as you talk, you notice they're barely listening. They smile and nod, but their eyes are glued to their phone, chuckling at a meme or texting someone else. You might as well be talking to a wall. It stings. It's like you're there, but not really seen or valued. Feeling like this can make you question your worth and your role in other people's lives. So why does this happen? Often it's because people tend to chase after what seems out of reach and overlook what's right in front of them. It's a common human behavior, but that doesn't make it any less hurtful. But here's where Stoicism can help. Buddha taught us, what you think, you become. This profound wisdom tells us to take control of our thoughts because they shape our reality and how we interact with the world. If this feels all too familiar, it's time for a change. Take a moment, close your eyes, and say it with me. I am their first choice. Let this affirmation build a new confidence in you. This isn't just about feeling better, it's about acting differently. Set boundaries that protect your time. Dive into what makes you happy and build a life that doesn't rely on others' approval. Change how you see yourself, and you'll start to change how others see you too. Now, make your declaration in the comments. Say it loud. I am their first choice. With Stoicism as our guide, let's learn to appreciate our own value and find strength in our resilience. Are you ready to see how Stoic principles can help you take control of your narrative and truly shine? Let's get started on this empowering journey together. Step 1. Assert your day's intentions. So folks, let's dive into our first step. Assert your day's intentions. When you wake up each morning, what's the first thing you do? Hit the snooze button a couple of times? Groan at the thought of facing the day? Or do you jump out of bed, ready to seize the day like a superhero diving into action? The way you start your day can set the tone for every interaction you have. And that's why asserting your day's intentions is more than just a morning routine. It's a powerful affirmation of your presence in your own life and in the lives of others. Imagine waking up with a clear sense of purpose. Before the world throws its demands at you, you declare what you stand for and how you choose to engage with others. This is not just about setting goals, but about affirming your value. It's saying, I am not just another face in the crowd. I am the director of my own life story. Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once noted, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. By starting your day with positive, powerful intentions, you transform your thoughts, which in turn transform your life. Consider this. When someone sees you as just an option, it's often because they sense you're not prioritizing yourself. It's like sending out a signal that it's okay for them to place you on the back burner. But when you vocalize your intentions each morning, you send out a different signal, one that says you know your worth and you demand to be seen. To effectively assert your intentions, choose your words wisely. Pick affirmations that resonate deeply with who you are and who you aspire to be, such as, I am respected and valued in all my interactions today, or I bring joy and insight into my conversations. Visualize success by closing your eyes and picturing yourself moving through your day with confidence. See yourself handling a tough meeting with grace, or sharing a laugh with someone special, radiating the charisma and respect you've affirmed. It's not enough to say these words once and forget them. Repeat them as you get ready, as you commute. Let them sink in until they're not just words, but a palpable, invigorating force guiding your day. Imagine you're preparing for a crucial work presentation. The old you might nervously flip through notes, a bundle of anxiety. But the new you, armed with morning intentions, stands tall at the podium, ready to captivate the audience. You've affirmed, today, I am a compelling, confident speaker. The audience doesn't just listen, they engage. they respect, they applaud. Your belief in your affirmation has not only changed your approach, but altered the outcome. Using humor can be a great way to keep your affirmations lighthearted yet impactful. For instance, instead of the standard "I am confident," jazz it up to "I'm cooler than a cucumber in a freezer," or "I'm smoother than a latte at my favorite coffee shop." It's fun, it sticks, and it might just bring a smile to your face, making the affirmation even more effective. To add authenticity and depth to your morning affirmations, sprinkle in some wisdom from the great minds. As Aristotle famously said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Make affirming your daily intentions a habit and watch excellence follow. As you move forward, remember that each day is a fresh canvas. What you choose to paint on it depends on your intentions. Don't let anyone dull your colors or dictate your brushstrokes. Stand firm in your power to shape each day. And tonight, when you reflect on your day, you'll find that you weren't just an option in someone else's story. You were the essential character in your own. I encourage you to take this step seriously. Comment below, "I am their first choice." Let's inspire each other with our commitment to being our best selves. Remember, you are the first choice in your life, and it's high time everyone sees it. Let's keep this energy rolling, embrace our inner stoic, and make every day a testament to our inherent worth. Remember, you are not just surviving, you are thriving with purpose and intention. Let's go make some waves. Now, as we wrap up this powerful insight, don't just jump off yet. Stick around. There's a lot more wisdom and actionable advice on the way that you won't want to miss. Each point we're going to cover is a step towards transforming not just how you're seen, but how you see yourself. And hey, while you're here, why not smash that like button? It's a small click for you, but a giant leap for our community. Plus, subscribing is free, and doing so means you get to be part of a thriving network of people who are turning their lives around with stoic wisdom. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You wouldn't want to miss out on becoming the best version of yourself, would you? Keep watching, keep learning, and keep asserting your value every single day. Let's dive deeper into our journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Remember, you are the architect of your life, and every minute of this video is a brick in the foundation of your new, empowered self. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and let's make every day count. Step 2. Cultivate charisma. So folks, let's discuss the second step on the journey to ensuring you are seen as a priority and not just an option. Cultivating charisma. Now, charisma isn't just for movie stars and politicians. It's an essential quality that anyone can develop, and it's particularly crucial if you often feel overlooked or sidelined. Remember, charisma is the magnetic pull that draws others towards you, making them see you not just as an option, but as the option. Think about charisma as that special spice that turns a good dish into a great one. It's not always about being the loudest in the room. It's about being the most present, the most genuine, and yes, often the most intriguing. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." This teaches us that craving attention isn't the path to obtaining it. Instead, developing a magnetic personality is. Imagine you're at a networking event or a party. Who are you drawn to? It's usually the person who listens attentively, shares compelling stories, and exudes a warm confidence. This is the person you remember the next day, the one you want to connect with again. That's the power of charisma. To develop your charisma, start with active listening. This doesn't mean just nodding along to what others say, but engaging fully. Ask thoughtful questions that show you're not only listening, but are genuinely interested in what they have to share. This makes people feel valued and makes you memorable. Here's a humorous way to think about it. Don't be like the person who thinks monologue when someone says dialogue. Storytelling is another critical aspect of charisma. Everyone loves a good story, and being able to share your experiences in a way that captivates your listeners is a priceless skill. The key here isn't just about what you say, but how you say it. Even a simple story like what you had for breakfast can become fascinating if you bring energy and emotion into it. For example, instead of saying, "I had eggs and toast for breakfast," spice it up. I conquered my morning with a plate of scrambled eggs that were so fluffy they could double as clouds and toast, so perfect it was basically artisanal. Adding a touch of humor or dramatic flair can make even the mundane memorable. Finally, remember that confidence is the cornerstone of charisma. People are naturally drawn to those who project certainty and self-assurance. When you speak, make eye contact and stand tall. Even if you feel a little uncertain inside, acting with confidence can help others see you as a leader, not an afterthought. Take a minute to reflect. Who is the most charismatic person you know? What traits make them stand out? Is it their storytelling, their energy, or maybe their ability to make everyone feel like the most important person in the room? Think about these qualities and how you can incorporate them into your own interactions. As you go through your day, challenge yourself to be more charismatic. Whether you're interacting with a friend, a colleague, or even a stranger, practice these skills. Ask questions, listen closely, and be genuinely curious. In time, you'll notice a shift. People will start paying more attention. You'll no longer be just an option. You'll be the one they can't wait to talk to. Charisma isn't about faking it till you make it. It's about genuinely caring, being present, and confidently sharing your story. As you build these skills, you'll find that people will naturally gravitate toward you, seeing you as not just a choice, but the clear first choice. Step 3. Embrace Stoic boundaries. For our final step today, we turn to one of the most powerful tools in the Stoic toolbox: setting boundaries. Stoicism teaches us that the only things within our control are our thoughts and actions. We cannot control others' behavior, and trying to do so only leads to frustration. However, what we can control is how we allow others to treat us, and that's where boundaries come in. Let's be real for a second. How many times have you agreed to something you didn't want to do, just to avoid conflict, or stayed silent when someone treated you poorly because you didn't want to stir the pot? These small moments add up. Over time, they chip away at your sense of self-worth until you start to believe you're not deserving of respect or consideration. But here's the truth. You teach people how to treat you. If you consistently allow others to place you on the back burner, that's where you'll stay. But if you assert your boundaries, you send a clear message. I am valuable, and my time, energy, and emotions deserve respect. Setting boundaries doesn't mean being rude or confrontational. It simply means being clear about what you will and won't accept in your interactions with others. For example, if someone constantly cancels plans at the last minute, instead of quietly fuming or feeling hurt, you could say, I understand things come up, but I need you to respect my time. If you can't commit, let's not make plans. That's setting a boundary. You're not asking for permission, you're stating your expectation for respect. A great way to approach boundaries is through the lens of emotional minimalism. Just like minimalism in our homes helps us remove clutter and create space for things that truly matter, emotional minimalism helps us clear out unnecessary emotional baggage and make room for healthy, supportive relationships. Think about it this way. Your energy is a limited resource. If you're constantly giving it away to people who don't value it, you're depleting your reserves for those who truly matter. Emotional minimalism encourages us to carefully choose who and what we invest our time and energy into. Here's a practical tip. When you feel drained or disrespected by someone, pause and ask yourself, is this person adding value to my life, or are they just taking from it? If the answer is the latter, it's time to reevaluate that relationship and set some boundaries. Step 4. Cultivate emotional intelligence. So folks, let's explore another essential step to stop being seen as just an option. Cultivate emotional intelligence. This is all about understanding and managing your own emotions, as well as recognizing and influencing the emotions of others. It's not just about being empathetic, it's about being emotionally savvy in every interaction. Imagine you're in a heated meeting where tensions are high. Instead of responding impulsively, you take a moment to understand the emotions at play and adjust your approach accordingly. You acknowledge others' frustrations and steer the conversation towards a solution, maintaining a calm and collected demeanor. This not only helps you navigate complex situations more effectively, but also positions you as someone who can handle pressure with grace. As the ancient philosopher Aristotle put it, Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Emotional intelligence starts with self-awareness, understanding your own triggers and responses, and then learning to manage them constructively. Here's a lighter take. Think of emotional intelligence as your personal mood GPS. It helps you navigate through the emotional landscape of any situation and reach your destination without unnecessary detours. To build emotional intelligence, start by paying attention to your own feelings and reactions. When you're upset, take a moment to reflect on why. Then practice active listening in conversations. Really hear what others are saying and respond with empathy. Acknowledge their feelings and validate their experiences. This doesn't mean you have to agree with everything, but it shows that you respect their perspective. As we wrap up, let's affirm together. I understand and manage my emotions, and I connect with others on a deeper level. If you've seen how improving your emotional intelligence has transformed your interactions, drop a comment below and share your story. Your experience might encourage others to enhance their own emotional skills. Remember, cultivating emotional intelligence is key to deepening relationships and ensuring that you're seen as an essential part of others' lives, not just an option. Step 5. Express gratitude. So folks, let's dive into another transformative step that can dramatically change how you're perceived and valued by others. Express gratitude. It's not just about saying thank you. It's about cultivating an attitude of gratitude that radiates from you, influencing how others see and treat you. You might wonder, how does being grateful stop me from being seen as just an option? Well, let's unpack this together. Imagine you're at a casual lunch with colleagues, and one of them compliments your recent presentation. Instead of a nonchalant nod or a dismissive, "Oh, it was nothing," you look them in the eye and say, "Thank you. I really appreciate you noticing the effort I put into it." This simple acknowledgement does more than just make the compliment feel good. It shows you're someone who values others' opinions and observations, which enhances your likability and relatability. Cicero, a great mind of ancient Rome, wasn't joking when he said, "Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others." By showing gratitude, you foster other positive traits within yourself: generosity, humility, and positivity, making you a person others want to keep around, not just an option, but a necessity. Here's a lighthearted way to think about it. If life were a coffee shop, gratitude would be the tip you leave. It's not mandatory, but it sure leaves a sweet taste and makes sure the service keeps getting better. Start by making it a daily practice to acknowledge and appreciate the small gestures around you. Whether it's a colleague who helped you troubleshoot a problem, a friend who called to check on you, or a family member who passed you the salt across the dinner table. Recognize these moments and express your thanks sincerely. But expressing gratitude extends beyond just words. It's also about reciprocation. If someone does you a favor, think about how you can return the kindness, not as a debt, but as a dance of give and take. For example, if a neighbor picks up groceries for you, consider inviting them over for coffee or offering to pet sit their cat over the weekend. It's important to get creative with how you express gratitude. Send a handwritten note, give a shout out during a team meeting, or simply share a smile and a heartfelt word. These gestures enrich the bonds between you and others, significantly boosting how they value you. As we wrap up this segment on gratitude, let's affirm together. I see the good in others, and I let them know it. Embrace this affirmation, live it out loud, and if you've experienced a moment where expressing gratitude opened a door or changed a relationship for the better, don't hesitate to drop a comment below and share your story. It might just inspire someone else to start their own gratitude practice. Remember, folks, gratitude is the magnet that attracts more good into your life. By being thankful and showing it, you enhance your own value in the eyes of others and transform from just an option to an essential presence in their lives. Keep giving thanks and watch as the world starts thanking you back with the appreciation and recognition you deserve. Step 6. Embrace vulnerability. So folks, let's dive into another key strategy that's about as popular as eating a lemon wedge. Embrace vulnerability. Yep, I know it sounds about as fun as dancing in front of your high school crush, but hear me out. Because opening up can transform you from being viewed as just an option to becoming someone deeply cherished. Imagine you're sharing a coffee with a friend. Instead of the usual chit-chat about the weather, you share how you've been feeling really challenged at work. You're honest about your fears and insecurities. This doesn't make you weak. It makes you relatable. It turns you into a human, not just another contact in their phone. Seneca once said, "He who is brave is free." In this context, bravery means allowing yourself to be seen fully, flaws and all. It's about showing up and letting yourself be known. Vulnerability is the doorway to genuine connection, a place where real relationships are forged. Here's a lighter take. Think of vulnerability as the secret sauce in your relationship recipe. Just a little bit can turn a bland interaction into something wonderfully flavorful. So how do you start? Next time you're in a conversation, share something personal about your goals or challenges. Let others see the person behind the persona. It's about creating bonds that are built on genuine interactions, not just surface-level exchanges. As we wrap up, I encourage you to affirm, I am open, I am real, and I am connected. If stepping into vulnerability has changed your relationships for the better, why not share your story in the comments? It could inspire someone to open up in their own life. Remember, folks, embracing vulnerability isn't about being careless with your feelings. It's about being courageous enough to show your true self. This bravery not only sets you apart, but also draws others closer, making you a priority, not an option. Step 7. Initiate meaningful projects. So folks, let's discuss the next vital step to stop being seen as just an option. Initiate meaningful projects. This isn't about filling your time with just any tasks, but about leading initiatives that spark passion and demonstrate your leadership. It's about being the person who not only has great ideas, but also brings them to life. Imagine this. You're at a community meeting and you pitch a project for a community garden that not only beautifies the neighborhood, but also provides fresh produce to local families. People get excited, they start volunteering, and suddenly you're not just another face in the crowd. You're the go-to person, the mover and shaker. As the ancient philosopher Lao Tzu said, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. The same applies to your projects. It's about taking that first step in turning an idea into reality, which can significantly shift how others perceive your capabilities and character. Here's a lighthearted way to think about it. If your life were a movie, initiating meaningful projects is like directing your own blockbuster hit. Everyone wants to see it, be part of it, and talk about it. To start, identify a need or opportunity in your workplace, social circle, or community. What are people concerned about? What excites them? Use these insights to craft a project that resonates. Then outline a clear plan, gather support, and lead the charge with enthusiasm and determination. As we wrap up, let's affirm together. I am a leader. I create impact. Feel free to drop a comment below sharing a project you started and how it changed the way others view you. Remember, by stepping up and taking initiative, you show the world your worth. You move from being a background character in someone else's story to writing and directing your own. Let's get those projects rolling and make sure you're seen as the indispensable leader you are. Step 8. Maintain a balanced lifestyle. So folks, let's discuss the next pivotal step in ensuring you're never seen as just an option. Maintain a balanced lifestyle. It's like being a juggler at a circus. If you keep your eyes on all the balls in the air, work, health, relationships, you'll dazzle the crowd. But drop one and the performance falters. Imagine you're juggling not just work tasks, but also self-care, time with friends, and your hobbies. It's Friday night, and you finished a big project at work. Instead of diving into another task, you choose to unwind with a good book, or maybe even brave the dance floor at a local salsa night. This isn't just fun, it's strategic. A balanced lifestyle demonstrates that you value yourself, which in turn teaches others to value you too. The great Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "Keep the balance true." He probably wasn't talking about work-life balance directly, but his advice hits home for modern Stoics. Balancing all aspects of your life shows that you are not only responsible and organized, but also that you prioritize your well-being and happiness. Here's a bit of humor for you. Maintaining a balanced lifestyle is like trying to use a hula hoop. If you lean too far in any direction, you're bound to stumble and fall. So keep spinning smoothly. Start by setting boundaries for work and leisure and stick to them. Make time for meals with family, coffee with friends, and don't forget to slot in some downtime for yourself. As we close, let's affirm together, I live a balanced life and my value increases because of it. If you found that striking a good balance has changed how others perceive you, drop a comment below. Maybe your experience could inspire others to find their equilibrium. Remember, folks, a well-rounded life is a well-admired one. By showing that you care about all aspects of your life, you naturally elevate your status from being an option to becoming a priority. Step 9. Reflect and adjust. So folks, let's dive into a crucial step that's all about keeping your life's ship on the right course. Reflect and adjust. This isn't just about navel-gazing. It's about being the captain of your own destiny, tweaking the sails and rudder as needed. Being seen as just an option might sometimes happen if we're not actively steering our lives in the direction we want to go. Imagine you're a pilot flying through the ever-changing skies of life. Every now and then, you need to check your instruments, look out the window, and maybe adjust your altitude a bit to avoid flying into turbulence or worse, going in circles. This metaphor isn't just about avoiding disaster. It's about ensuring a smooth, purposeful flight towards your desired destination. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, if one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable. Reflecting on your actions and their outcomes helps you understand if you're truly headed where you want to be. It's about honest self-assessment and being willing to make changes to your course when necessary. Here's a lighter side to it. Think of it like updating your favorite playlist. Sometimes a song just doesn't resonate anymore, or maybe it never did, and it's time to swap it out for something that better fits your current vibe. Start by setting aside a little time each week to reflect on the past few days. What worked well? What didn't? Were you really seen and valued, or did you feel overlooked in some situations? Use this insight to adjust your actions, responses, or maybe even your social circle. As we wrap up, let's affirm together. I am committed to self-improvement. If you've had an experience where reflecting and adjusting made a significant impact on your life, don't keep it to yourself. Drop a comment below. Your story might just be the beacon someone else needs. Remember, folks, life is not just about reacting to what comes your way, but also about adjusting your approach to align with your values and goals. Keep refining your strategies and watch as you move from being an option to a priority in the lives of those around you. Step 10. Commit to continual self-improvement. So folks, let's tackle the final and perhaps most transformative step on our journey to not just being a choice, but the choice. Commit to continual self-improvement. This isn't about becoming perfect, it's about being a little better today than you were yesterday. After all, if you're constantly upgrading yourself, how can you remain just an option? Imagine you're a smartphone. Every once in a while, you get an update notification. You can ignore it, sure, but then you miss out on the new features and improved performance. Similarly, in life, if you're not updating yourself, you might just miss out on becoming your best version. Aristotle, a philosopher who knew a thing or two about personal growth, famously said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. This quote underscores the essence of self-improvement. It's about making excellence a habit. Whether it's learning new skills, improving your physical health, or expanding your emotional intelligence, every step you take is a step away from being seen as just an option. Here's a bit of humor to lighten the mood. Think of self-improvement like adding new dance moves to your repertoire. You don't want to be the one doing the sprinkler at every party for the next 50 years, right? Start by identifying areas in your life where you feel you could improve. Set realistic goals and milestones. Maybe you want to be more articulate, learn how to meditate, or get better at managing your finances. Whatever it is, find resources like books, courses, or even mentors to help you along the way. As we close this chapter, let's affirm together. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. If you've experienced a significant transformation through continual self-improvement, why not share your journey in the comments? Your story could inspire someone to start their own path to becoming a priority in their own life and the lives of others. Remember, folks, the journey to self-improvement is ongoing. The more you grow, the more you glow, making it impossible for anyone to see you as just an option. Keep pushing, keep improving, and watch as you become indispensable, not only to others, but most importantly, to yourself.